Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أَحَسِبَ النَّاسُ أَن يُتْرَكُوا أَن يَقُولُوا آمَنَّا وَهُمْ لَا يُفْتَنُونَ. Allah said, did the people think that just because they said we believe, that they're going to be left alone and they will not be tested? The word يُفْتَنُون, which comes from the word fitna, what does this mean? The word Allah used for testing, fitna, what does it mean? Fitna was basically used to describe a process of how they would purify gold. You know when gold comes out of the ground, for those of you who studied chemistry in your GCSEs, you know that when you take out a metal in its original form, it's not the way that it originally is. It has to go through a process of purification. So the gold comes out of the ground and in the form of an ore. You have a golden ore. And then you have to purify it. And the way that you purify it is that you put it through intense heat. You burn it through a very, very, very high intensity of heat. This process of burning the gold in order to purify it is called fitna. And the one who's purifying the gold is called the fattan. And that's the word Allah chose to describe how He's going to test you. Because this test that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts you through, my sisters, is a test that will burn you. Allah's going to put heat onto you. He's going to put heat onto you. But what's going to happen? Throughout this test, you're going to be purified. All of the evil of our heart, through the sins that we've accumulated through the years, will be washed away. The taint will be washed away and purified and taken away from us. Our manners and our characteristics will improve. Our tongues that are so snappy and rude and foul and vile, they'll be purified. They'll be purified until you are left as a shining believer. Your heart is shining bright, brighter than gold perhaps. The same way the gold, when you burn it. What happens at the end? The gold is shining bright. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, certainly we will test you. The way we tested those who came before you. Why? So that we can see who from amongst you was truthful when you said I believe, and who from amongst you was a liar when you said I believe. Because saying I believe when the time is easy, saying I believe at a time when no one's oppressing you, when no one's mocking you, it's very easy for you to wear the jilbab or the niqab or the hijab at a time when everyone's doing it. Your family's telling you do it. When the guys are telling you, I only want to marry a woman who only wears a hijab, it's easy. But then at a time when you be oppressed if you walk on the street if you wear it, your family members will turn against you if you wear it. You know, it might be harder to, get men to be attracted to you because you're covered up now. At that time, it's harder to do it. At that time, it's harder to believe, to seek knowledge, to go out of your way and pursue this path. At a time when your mom does it, your dad does it, your best friend does it, it's easy. But at a time when you're the only person in your house who wants to pursue this knowledge, you're the only person from your circle of friends who wants to come. Your friends are rather telling you, why are you going every Sunday to this class or every whatever day to this class? Why are you putting yourself through this? Why are you struggling, traveling all across London to come here? They're putting you back. That's when it's harder. And that's when it's a proof that you believe. Because before, it could be hypocrisy. Before, it could be just following the crowd. But at a time when the world is against you and you're being tested and you still stand firm as a believer, doing all the things that you used to do, that is a time when you prove your iman. That's when you prove that your iman, when you said, Allah, amantu bik, I believed in you. At that time, that statement, it holds weight. So sisters, what I want to ask you today is, what are you going to sacrifice for Allah? Start off by sacrificing the music that's on your phones and your computers and your laptops. Start off by sacrificing the men that you follow, the men that have your numbers, the men that are on your WhatsApp. Start off by sacrificing the movies that you watch. Wallahi, these are small things. Start off by sacrificing your desires. Sacrifice the makeup that you wear. Sacrifice the clothing that you wear when you're out in the streets. Sacrifice the friends that you have. Sisters, leave them off it. If they're bad for you, leave them off. Leave them off. If someone is pulling you down, they're going to take you away. Leave them for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. You have a man that's on your case, I promise you Allah will give you someone better. Allah will give you someone better. There's never a time when you left something for the sake of Allah and Allah replaced it with something better. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, as someone who gives da'wah, I want you to go to Jannah. Now we all know that anyone who's a believer will ultimately make it to paradise or go to Jannah, right? And that's true, but what a lot of people don't realize is, what does it mean to be a believer? Is it merely just knowing La ilaha illallah? No. Is it merely just saying it? No. The Prophet ﷺ told us in an authentic hadith that anyone who knows La ilaha illallah, he has knowledge, he has ilm of La ilaha illallah, and then he dies, دخل الجنة, he will enter paradise. So you have to have knowledge of it. Knowledge of its meaning, knowledge of its pillars, knowledge of its conditions, of what it necessitates. In fact, many people don't realize, but La ilaha illallah is the foundation of the whole religion. Everything stems from it. How? Where? In what way? These are all things that you have to learn. For that reason, we have an online Islamic Studies institute called the Knowledge College. And the very first thing that we teach on the Knowledge College is La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. So if you click the link below, inshallah ta'ala, check out the website. Hopefully you'll join us on the other side. And you can start studying La ilaha illallah with us. And then from that point onwards, we'll branch out to the other areas of the religion. We start on a basic level and we work our way up to the top. So hopefully you can start your journey seeking knowledge with the most important things first. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.